Hello, and welcome to Santa Fe Senior Fit. I'm Gary Schneider. Today we're going to look at muscle imbalances. Muscle imbalances can be caused by different factors, such as poor posture, lack of exercise, using incorrect form while exercising, sitting for long periods, and injury. The muscles on each side of your body should be symmetrical with each other in size and strength. When a muscle on one side of your body is larger, smaller, stronger, or weaker than the corresponding muscle, you have a muscle imbalance. There are three major distortion syndromes: pes planus distortion syndrome, upper cross syndrome, and lower cross syndrome. The first one, pes planus distortion, is characterized by an inward rotation of the knees, a little bit like this, a collapsed arch in your feet, and your hip joints have an inward rotation. Upper cross syndrome is characterized by muscle imbalances in your upper body, a forward or jutted head posture, a forward lean in your spine, called excessive kyphosis, and your shoulders round forward and internally rotate like this, or at least similar to that. Lower cross syndrome is characterized by a forward pelvic tilt, low back arch, and your hip joints are flexed and have excessive lumbar lordosis. So you have that forward pelvic tilt like this, if you can kind of tell, low back arch. That's lower cross syndrome. Now, the good news is we can help correct these through the proper exercises and proper technique. Within these muscle imbalances, you have overactive muscles and underactive muscles. The overactive muscles you want to only stretch since they are already strengthened. The underactive muscles you want to strengthen since they are weaker. We'll look at some exercises that address all three different distortion syndromes and help to improve these muscle imbalances. Let's get started. Starting with pes planus distortion syndrome, we're going to stretch the overactive muscles. The overactive muscles include your calves, inner thighs, and muscles near the front of your hips. The first exercise is a warm-up, the myofascial foam roller. So to start with calves, place the roller underneath your leg. You're going to raise up a little bit and just roll back and forth, working those knots out and stretching that. Then the next one is for your thigh. So place the roller underneath your thigh, and then raise up, and then just stretch back and forth. And then for the inner thigh, place it just on the inner thigh, roll back and forth. And you want to do each one of these exercises about for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to show you the calf stretch, and I know you can't see me talking, but you can pretty much find any piece of equipment in the gym or even at home. So you want to stretch and lower your heel down below what the top of your foot is, and hold that stretch for 30 seconds. You don't want to raise up. That strengthens it. That's a calf raise. So you just want to keep that stretch down for about 30 seconds. You can also do one leg at a time if you prefer. But that works the calves for a good stretch. For the underactive muscles of pes planus distortion, we want to strengthen them. These muscles are your glutes and your shins. The first exercise I'm going to show you works the glutes. It's a bridge. Now you can do this with a dumbbell weight, but I would suggest, if this is new to you, to try it without it, and especially I think for seniors. So make sure everything's in line: shoulders, hips, knees, feet are straight. Place your arms out to the side. You're going to raise up, making sure that's straight. Squeeze those glutes because that's what you're trying to strengthen. And you're going to hold this exercise for about 30 seconds. So the next exercise is the ball hip thrust. Now I'm going to show you the first one with a weight. So here you place your upper back against the ball. Again, don't be wide out. Keep everything in line. Straight down. Your head leaned back. Not too far back, but just against the ball. Place a dumbbell across your hips. And you're going to lower and then thrust up. Make sure you keep your hands on the dumbbell, and when you raise up, again, squeeze those glutes. Now without it, the weight, I'd put my hands behind my head, lower down, and thrust up. And hold that top pose for a couple of seconds. Just like that. All right, for the third one I want to show you, the ball won't keep rolling this way, is clamshells with a resistance band. So you put resistance band around your legs, just underneath your knees. You're going to lay on your side, and you're just going to stretch. And try to stretch it as high as you can, and hold that top position for a couple of seconds. You want to do about 15 of these on each side. And as the exercise gets easier, you can go to a tighter band. To address the upper cross syndrome, we're going to stretch the overactive muscles, which are the neck and upper traps and chest muscles. To stretch the neck and upper traps, you're going to sit down, we're going to tuck our chin, and slowly draw the left ear to the left shoulder by turning your head. And you want to continue by rotating your chin downward until a slight stretch is felt on the right side. So tuck your chin, turn, and slowly lower. And feel that stretch. You can come back up. Now this time, you want to do the same thing with tuck your chin, turn your left to the ear to the right, to the left shoulder, but this time you're going to raise your head up. So tuck your chin, then turn, and this time raise up, and feel that stretch. So it's a really good exercise, and then you want to do the other side as well. So to stretch the chest muscles, I think one of the best things to do is really just find a piece of equipment in the gym or even at home. You can find a door frame, and then just stretch. You're going to put one arm behind you straight, not down, not too high up, but just even, and then kind of slightly turn and feel that stretch. You can even kind of lean forward a little bit. You want to hold that for 15, 20 seconds. You can even lighten up a little bit and then do it again, and then do the other side. For underactive muscles of the upper cross syndrome, which include your mid-back muscles and muscles deep within your neck, we're going to start off with chin tucks. Here you get on your hands and knees. Make sure your head is in line with your spine, hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to lower your chin and then scoop it toward your chest like you're nodding yes, and then back to the returning position. Lower the chin, scoop it toward your chest, hold for a few seconds, and then back up. You want to do 12 of these for chin tucks. Now to the floor cobra. Lay on your stomach with your hands to your side and your palms facing down, and you're going to raise up and squeeze those back muscles. Hold for a few seconds. Raise up. Hold for a few seconds. You can really feel that. It's a good exercise. Now we're going to do the ball combination. You need a ball, some weights. You're going to lay on your abdomen. Extend your legs back. Might need a little bit wider for stability. You're going to start with them on your side, and you're going to extend out with your thumbs up, and then out to the side with thumbs up, and to the back with thumbs up, and then return. And you want to make sure you hold each position for a couple seconds. Out front, to the side, and then to the back. Do 10 reps of those. A lower cross syndrome's overactive muscles include hip flexors and low back muscles. Again, we want to stretch overactive muscles. Start with myofascial foam roll on your inner thighs and quads. And I showed you those exercises at the beginning of the video under pes planus distortion syndrome. Now we're going to move on to doing a standing adductor stretch. Start with your hands on your hips. You're going to extend one leg out and really stretch that. You're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Then you're going to come back up, come out to the other side, and really hold that. You want to make sure you're not leaning over, that you're holding your back straight up and your head's over your spine. And then you come back up. I would do 12 on each side. Now we're going to do the kneeling hip flexor stretch. Get on one knee. Again, make sure your head's over your spine. And you're going to raise one arm up. And then come over and extend that arm and stretch it. And I would hold this for 30 seconds and then do the other side. For underactive muscles of the lower cross syndrome, we want to strengthen. And these muscles include your glutes, hamstrings, abs, and obliques. The first exercise is the floor bridge. I showed you one earlier, but I'll do a quick one for you again. So you're going to lay on your back, keep everything straight, hands out to the side. They can be here, or actually you can raise them up a little higher. And then you're just going to raise up, hold that. You want to squeeze those glutes, make sure your abs are drawn in. And you want to hold this for about 30 seconds. So then the next exercise we're going to do, I probably should have just stayed down, is the bird dog. And here, get on your hands and knees, head over your spine, your hands shoulder width apart. You're going to raise out and point. And then you're going to rotate and do the other leg and arm. And just hold that straight. And you're going to want to hold each one for about 30 seconds. So for the final one is the assisted squat with a TRX trainer. It's an integrated movement. And integrated movement patterns coordinate how the brain chooses to use the muscles of the lower back and pelvic region. Without this, there's no calibration of the use of glutes relative to hip flexors and the erecti spinae. So let me show you. So make sure you have it secure. Always test your equipment before you use it. You're going to make sure your feet, knees, hips are in line. You're going to squat down and come back up. Squat down, come back up. Squat down, come back up. So you want to do 10 to 15 reps, and I would say on this, do 2 sets. I hope these exercises were helpful to you on correcting any muscle imbalances you may have. I would perform the exercises related to your specific muscle imbalances 3 times a week. And remember to use correct form and technique. I've placed under the videos 3 workout forms related to each muscle distortion syndrome that you can use. I'm also available for personal training, which you can book online. And remember to check out my blog, Santa Fe Fit. Thanks, and God bless.